This is the story of Jesus before Pontius Pilate from Mark chapter 15. Now, the whole Sanhedrin early in the morning came to a conclusion about Jesus. They bound Jesus and they turned him over to Pontius Pilate. And Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus said, "Yes, it is as you say." Now, the chief priests brought a number of other accusations against Jesus, and Pilate wanted to know what Jesus would say in response to them, but Jesus remained silent, and this really amazed Pilate. Now, it was the custom for a prisoner to be released to the crowd on the day of the feast, and there was an insurrectionist called or named Barabbas who had been arrested and imprisoned for killing someone during an uprising. And the crowd came to Pilate as usual and requested the release of a prisoner. And Pilate said, "Do you want me to release to you the one they call the King of the Jews?" And the chief priests, however, had stirred the people up in order to get them to ask Pilate to release Barabbas instead of Jesus. And so Pilate said, "What do you want me to do with the one you call the King of the Jews?" And they shouted, "Crucify him." And Pilate said, "Why? What crime has he committed deserving death?" And they shouted all the more, "Crucify him." So Pilate turned or released Barabbas to them in order to satisfy the crowd, and then he had Jesus flogged and turned over to be crucified. And this is the story of Jesus before Pontius Pilate.